Hey there guys, how's it going? I'm Sumet Chatterjee, a flow state coach. I help you feel better and perform better. I'm here with one of my very close friends, Yadhuvir Singh. He's the top dating coach in India. And I'm here to ask him a couple of questions. How are you doing today, bro?
Enjoying this place and I'm so excited, dude. I don't even know. See, I know the theme. What is it that he's going to ask? You know, whenever I'm doing such kind of things, I'm like, oh my god, I want to fucking break the reality of people are going to see this video.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to ask you, how do you personally get into the flow state, into the zone?
See, I have a lot of ways. I have a lot of ways of getting into the flow state. For example, one of the ways is that I use my voice. I use my voice to anchor myself in that state which I desire to be. You know, the main problem is people resist their current state and then they want to be in the desired state. I cannot resist the state I'm in and be in the state I'm desiring. This state becomes that state. It's like a building, okay? It's the same building. This lift, which is at the ground floor, is going to take you to the top floor. That means the desire to feel better than what I'm feeling right now, it is going to make me feel very bad about myself. Because what I'm actually doing is I'm rejecting the current state that I'm in. I won't be able to get in the flow. Because in the flow, whatever is coming your way, you're like, haha, use it. When the current state becomes the desired state, this is the state what I'm feeling right now. And I am not against what is. You know, people are against what is. Like, this is it. This is the state I'm in and I don't like it. But accepting something doesn't mean liking it. So I accept, okay, this is the state that I'm in. And the moment I accepted it, there is no resistance towards why am I feeling like this. The moment I accept it, I automatically start liking it.
Yeah.
And when I start liking it, anything that I'm saying, like, I'm a fucking piece of shit, I'm in the flow. It's not the content that I'm saying which is meaning something. It is the general vibe behind it.
And whatever you resist will persist
Yes.
as well, right?
If I resist the current state that I'm in, dude, my way to get in the flow is use my voice as an anchor. You know, I would just imagine how will I talk like if I'm in that state. And I'll just start talking like that, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And automatically there's this huge smile on my face. And boom, I'm in the flow. When I'm in the flow, there is no meaning for anything. It's just like going on. Like, what would you say that there's a river in front of me? What does it mean that it's in front of me? The water that is in front of you, it's gone somewhere else now. If I'm in a flow state like few minutes ago and now I'm not in flow state, I'm trying to hold that water. If I'm trying to hold that water, I'm totally going against the flow.
Right, and a river doesn't flow backwards either,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't go back up the mountain.
Yes.
So like a lot of people, they get attached to their past and different, traumas or different things that they might be holding on to.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed a lot of guys, they get very attached to that particular state, right? There's a state dependence. So
Yeah.
for the people struggling with that state dependence or that it needs to be that way, what are some ways in which they can approach that?
So first of all, I'll talk about the state dependence thing, dude. Because a lot of people go through this shit. You see, there's a label of good and bad. So they have given a label of good state and a bad state to something. The state that I'm in is just a state. There's a liquid state of water, there's a solid state of water, there's a gaseous state of water. Our chemistry professors never taught us that, oh, gaseous state of water, you cannot see it, it's bad. Like same way, our mathematics professor never taught us, it's -2. -2 is a bad number. Negativity is just telling you something. But why is it bad?
Right.
It's telling me
So
something.
you're saying it's that judgment fatigue that a lot
Yeah.
of times people, they get into that state
Yes.
dependence.
Most of the people feel bad in a state, not because of the state, because of the label that they have given to the state, that this state is bad. I'll tell you crazy thing, dude. People have state dependence whenever they are sad, frustrated, depressed. They feel that no one will like me. I won't be liked, I won't be accepted, I won't be validated, I won't be rewarded. Suppose I'm having like really low state right now. There's a really beautiful woman in front of me. I will feel, if she comes to know that I'm having a low state right now, she won't like me. But where am I getting this belief from? I am getting this belief from my parents. My parent never liked me when I was in a low state. I was afraid. I went to my mom or dad. I'm like, Mom, I'm feeling afraid. Mom, like, go back to your room. But what my mom didn't even realize is that she asked me to isolate myself. And this is the behavior that I'm going to do when I grow up.
Right.
I'm feeling afraid. Imagine what am I going to do? Isolate. And what am I going to do with myself when I have isolated? My mom shouted on me when I was feeling afraid.
So it's a conditioning.
Yes, yes. All the states that we feel are low and won't be accepted, we never questioned it. We just start believing it. Women have been betrayed by men quite a lot. So they test men. And one test she's going to send, like, I don't like you, I have a boyfriend. And boom, his smile is gone. She's like, got you. Got you. State dependency, dude. Every state can be used. Like, we watch horror movies sometimes. And people even pay for that.
For the adrenaline,
Yeah.
for the cortisol, yeah, all that stuff.
People pay for the novels and movies which induce fear and depression. You know what does that mean? Even the state of fear and depression is value as well. We are paying for it. We give our time to that. Talking about it to someone can be value for other person. So state dependency come in when we don't value our own states. This is my fear and boom, he's my friend.
Don't say anything about my fear.
Yeah, don't say anything about my fear. It's my fear, dude.
Totally, man.
The fear is like, I don't give a fuck if anyone accepts me or not. And that's when everyone starts accepting it.
You know, man, something that was a big epiphany for me in a boot camp that I did with you. I was feeling a state of anxiety in that moment, and then you said something which completely helped me to understand and actually look for a different feeling, which helped me change my state. So it was, what is beautiful about this anxiety? You know, and that question is so amazing. So for anybody listening, you know, definitely apply that tool. Ask yourself, if I'm feeling sad, what's beautiful about this sadness?
Yes. That's
Right.
crazy, dude. You know,
Yeah.
same thing. Whenever someone is having anxiety, what are they doing? Why am I having anxiety? Again, I'm having
stuck
anxiety.
energy, right?
Yes.
In the head.
They start beating themselves for feeling anxiety. You know, the part of the brain which feels fear and anxiety, amygdala. For example, if I'm feeling happiness, there's the release of serotonin. If I'm feeling motivated, there's this release of dopamine. But for sensing fear, there's a dedicated organ in the brain. That means I'll only become fearless, totally fearless, the day when that part of the brain stops working. And that part of the brain will stop working when I die. I'll have to know how to deal with my fear. Most people want to get rid of fear. They are in a competitive frame with the fear. I am in a collaborative frame with the fear. I'm a huge fan of animes, dude. Naruto, dude, he befriends his beast. His beast wants to come out of him, destroy him. And he just goes and like, Kurama, I'm never going to leave you. And that moment, look, even right now I'm getting goosebumps. Like, when I'm in the state of fear, what am I feeling? Right. No one likes me. No one can save me then. And that's the time when I'm like, okay, Yadu, what's up? What are you feeling? When I'm down, the very person I'm needing at that moment, I become that person for myself.
So you're saying like you would have courage be the thing that overrides the fear.
Yes. You know, when you come in a collaborative frame with the fear, instead of getting rid of it and competing with it, what's beautiful about it? Because you came in a collaborative frame now.
Right.
You want to know it. You're interested
You're curious
in
instead of judgmental.
Yes. Before you just like fear, bad. Because of this, state dependency came in. This is not the right state to be in. I cannot do whatever I want to do. Dude, this is the upward spiral.
Yeah.
Collaborative.
And you're using the tension as a friend, and you're high-fiving the tension as it you know gets you in that zone. My next question is about vibing. Now, a lot of people understand that you have to have a good vibe, you know. But again, that's another label, right? Good vibe, bad vibe. What is a way to maintain your vibe at a good vibe or a higher vibration? How do you personally, you know, maintain your vibe to a certain level?
Dude, it's the same thing. Whenever I'm meeting someone, it's like they have put a label on me. Like, how did you start this video? This is the best dating coach. So,
right.
Whenever they meet me, they're like, oh, Yadhuvir.
Halo effect.
Yeah, so I have to behave. Like, my impression in front of this guy shouldn't be like, I'm a poor guy, da da da. Like, this is where the vibe starts going down. They are not showing all of themselves. Because, you know, they have been judged in their past. So, whenever they are going to meet someone whom they think is a higher value, they are going to portray themselves in a way so that they can be liked and accepted. Because their actual fear is that however I am, wherever I am from, and the kind of parents I'm having, the background I'm having, and the shit that I've gone through in my life, I cannot be liked. My vibe, it sucks, dude. Because this has happened to me, this has happened to me, this has happened to me. So there's so much of baggage they are carrying with themselves whenever they are going out, meeting someone. It's going to go down.
Reference experiences that told them that they have to be that way.
The clock cannot go back. Like the same way, the river cannot go back. Right. So if I ask you, can you point towards the past? Where are you going to point? Same way if I ask you, can you point towards the future? But we are in the past, we are thinking about it. This may happen. We are in the past and the future.
So we're swinging from like this kind of memory and then this desire, this kind of guilt and this worry. In a
Yes.
sense, it's like
Yes.
you're never in the presence. Yeah.
We are in the guilt and we are worrying in the present moment. I'm here.
Time traveling.
Yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm in the past. It's like pendulum, dude. When the pendulum goes here, the minimum weight when the pendulum is swinging is when it's coming back from the past to the present or coming back from the future to the present. That's when the minimum weight, it's like loosen up. Boom. Pendulum loses energy whenever it is going from the mean point to the past. Mean point to the future. It's losing energy. That's why it's slowing down.
You know, something that you told me, which was very interesting, you said a confident man is a dead man.
Yeah.
So could you explain that to the audience a little bit?
Sure. Confident man is for sure a dead man. For example, confidence, guys. I'm a confident man. Where am I deriving this confidence from? Like if you ask me, bro, are you feeling confident right now? I'm like, yes. How? Because I have done this in the past. I have done this in the past.
Yeah.
Accomplishment. Everything that I have done in the past. From there, I'm deriving my confidence. The current state that I'm in is coming from a place which doesn't even exist. It only exists in my head. And that place is actually dead and decayed. It's not there anymore. Most of the people we think are confident, they're not actually confident, they're fucking alive, dude. Presence,
Vibrant,
yeah. Whenever you're in their presence, like, oh my god, dude, he's giving me life. You feel a part of the tribe. Whenever you're in the presence of a guy who's actually confident, you are going to feel like you're a low value guy and he's a high value guy.
Right.
A person who is fucking alive, you're gonna feel like he's a high value guy and I'm also a high value guy. What does it mean to be alive? See, if I say hi guys, and then I'm like, hi. You know, if most people are going to be like, oh, this second hi was like James Bond. That's confident. Hi. But when you are in the presence of this guy, like, hi, what do you do? Okay. That sucks. So this, you're going to feel like, oh, I have to do something better so that this guy can have a good thoughts about me, you know. I can make a good impression. But like, yo bro, what's up? Come here, come over here. What are you doing, bro? And then you're like, oh fuck, I'm being accepted. I was in a low state. Why is this guy being so friendly with me? You see, humans, we want to feel like we are a part of the tribe. The worst punishment you can give to someone is solitary confinement. So why do we isolate ourselves when we are in certain states? That's when we start acting like that parent towards ourselves, because of which we started isolating ourselves when we were kids. And isolation is going to feel like death to us.
So my final question is about, you know, you mentioned James Bond as an example. There's obviously characters in like TVs, movies, Hank Moody, you know,
Yeah.
there's different characters which we see, okay, this guy's an attractive person. So for anybody beginning that journey to create their own attractive character, where do they start? Where do they begin?
See, the first thing is, we have categorized humans into man and a woman. Totally fine. When we see them as they are different than me, they don't know what I'm going through. They cannot feel what I'm feeling.
It creates a separateness.
It creates, you know, we feel separated. So the first thing is, go out, start talking to uncles. Like, you know, uncles, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. If you have to describe your whole life in 5 minutes, like you're telling this to your great grandsons, what will you say to them? Very first thing is, find your way back to the connection. Get connected again. We are social animals. If we take that social part away, we are fucking animals then. We need to be social. And how? Start talking with uncles, dude, security guard. No one talks to them. A security guard standing in a mall whole day. What do? There's no smile on your face. You don't smile. You don't like to smile. You have kids. Where are they?
But I've actually had those conversations.
You genuinely start having fun with them.
All right, man. I just want to thank you for this amazing chance for an interview. And yeah, I really appreciate you being here and sharing it with the people.
Thanks a lot, bro. It was really amazing being here.
Yeah.
Actually, you guys know what? The card was full. So we have to record the ending again. And it was really amazing. You know, when you have to say the same thing again and like, I'm going to say it in a better way this time.
We were in the flow.
Yes, we were in the flow. So it was really amazing being here with Sumay. The questions he asks, dude, it's again, you know, playing to win. Where do I want to be? So that's really amazing, being collaborative with life, being collaborative with yourself, your own emotions, with the people, with the environment. Oh my god, it makes the world amazing place to live in.
Yeah, man. Being a maximizer instead
Yeah.
of looking at the back and thinking of like, you know, how can I subtract, but instead, how can I give?
So thanks
Awesome,
a lot
man.
for hosting me, bro. It was lovely being with you.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Always,
the flow be with
may the flow be with you.